Hello, thanks for joining us. This is Inside the Story. Police are continuing to investigate the crime.
There's real issues here.
Hey, democracy! We're going to ban them from Facebook?
We're on the red carpet.
On today's show, do not split.
Yes, they just fired tear gas.
An Oscar-nominated documentary takes a close look at protesters in Hong Kong fighting against China's crackdown on democracy.
It is really about the continuous and also a long-term encroachment and also crackdown from the Chinese Communist Party.
Plus, for Viola.
Chinatown wasn't ready. We did not have enough housing, jobs, and educational programs.
Fresh filmmakers get their shot at a new documentary film series named after an icon of this country's civil rights movement.
This series is all about counteracting that legacy of exclusion.
Finally, tragic bonds.
Tears just came to my eyes and I says, all three?
A loved one killed brings black mothers together south of the border.
It was like, wow, they're still killing us. This man is begging for his life.
Good evening. The Oscars suffered from a dip in ratings last night, but in China, the broadcast was blacked out entirely. One reason, perhaps, was the nomination of Do Not Split, a documentary that takes a searing look at activists in Hong Kong.
We can never take freedom for granted.
Joey Sue knows what she's talking about.
Yes, they just fired tear gas.
She's one of the many faces of Hong Kong's fight for freedom against Communist China's authority.
I think it is very clear that even a very civilized, a very developed city like Hong Kong could be turned into like the other cities in mainland China that is without freedom, without basic human rights, and also without democracy.
It's a dire warning to the rest of the world from a woman who took to the streets for months protesting for her homeland.
Why did you feel strongly enough to join the pro-democracy movement?
I have always been very passionate, very keen on understanding social issues, but then I actually never expected myself to participate in a very large social movement as a student leader or as a student activist.
The 22-year-old college student was thrust into the revolution by chance, propelled by a sense of responsibility and obligation.
Very naturally, I just got engaged in all these organizations and all these organizing of grassroots protests, demonstrations, and rallies and everything.
Joey's sacrifice and determination captured in the new